as the Swedish Hockey League rolls on your home for hockey, Premier Sports. I'm Aaron Murphy, and Djurgarden, an incredible club, as you see the fans of good voice already. A club founded in 1891, 16 national championships. Incredible. The passion is well known, and when you're the most successful Swedish Hockey League team of all time with those 16 national championships, 9 times runners-up, hosting Rogle BK, who were in the Allsvenskan last year. They got promoted, so this is 2 teams with 2 different histories, but a magnificent matchup from Hovet Arena. And it is also an important matchup in the table. Djurgarden sit in 8th in the Swedish Hockey League. Rogle BK in 10th. 23 points for Rogle, 27 for Djurgarden. Important road match for head coach Anders Eldebrink and his team wearing white and green in this one. Quick chance for the home side. And I tell you what, the crowd wanted a penalty there as Alvarez was pulled out. And the referees in this one, Tobias Bjork and Patrick Schoberg, kept their arms down. The linesmen, Jimmy Dahman and Marcus Berman, also completing the 4-man system in this matchup between Djurgarden and Rogle. 6 wins in regulation for Rogle BK, 1 overtime win, 8 losses, 3 overtime losses. They've scored 40, they've conceded 46. That's the big issue for Eldebrink and his side. As we look back, Linus Holmstrom, good dish there, easy save for Lars Volden. Volden, his 2nd year at Rogle BK, 2.34 goals against average, a .915 save percentage, and 1 shutout for the Norwegian Olympian between the pipes for the visitors. It's going to come back outside. There, as we mentioned, 8th versus 10th. An important road game indeed for Rogle BK. An important home game for that man, Hans Sarkijärvi, the Finnish head coach of Djurgarden, his 3rd year as the head coach of Djurgarden, former Djurgarden under-20 head coach, has been in the system for a while, a good hockey man, former player himself. Holmstrom, D to D, kicked forward there, some good soccer skills along the wall, but it will be Philip Karlsson wheeling out for Rogle. Aslan gains the line. Aslan with the heavy shot, and that's held on by Mikael Tellqvist. Mikael Tellqvist, the former NHLer, and Tellqvist, 103 NHL games played. Make sure to hold on to that Aslan hot shot. Mantis Armalis is the backup in this one. And Mantis Armalis, the Lithuanian international, broke the hearts of Team GB and their fans last year at the World Championships. The last game of that tournament, and Pete Russell's team needed a single point against Lithuania to win gold and earn promotion. They lost 3-2 in that game because Mantis Armalis, the backup for Djurgarden, had 35 saves and a 3-2 win for Lithuania. Lithuania captured the bronze medal in that game, and GB captured the silver, but with a point against Armalis and the Lithuanians, they would have had gold and promotion. And certainly we will hope that they will have gold and promotion, as we'll bring you those games live again on Premier Sports. Team GB, such a great tournament, and I guess Mantis Armalis was the big difference. 35 saves, a good evening's work for the Lithuanian international, and a bronze medal. There was lots on the line for the Lithuanians as well. Lundberg will come in for the draw. He'll dig in against Taylor Matson. Matson with a good face-off win. Does a good job there. Robin Norell pushes it forward to the line, no further, but now Djurgarden will get it out as Emil Lundberg tips it forward. Skitters back to Robin Press. And they'll dump it in. 2:18 gone in a scoreless opening stanza. We've got Swedish Hockey League again live tomorrow as Frölunda host Färjestad. Of course, Frölunda, the top team in the Swedish Hockey League at this point. At the top of that table, we'll get to have a look at them against Färjestad from 6 p.m. I'll have the call of that one here on your home for hockey. Dumped forward by Vedmo. And Vedmo, former Montreal pick, actually just this past season, 2015, he was 87th overall. 2 goals and 3 assists for Vedmo in this campaign. Their leading scorer is Tommy Selinen, 3 goals and 11 assists for 14 points. For Rogle BK, Jack Connolly, the 5'8" American import, has 6 goals and 8 assists. The former University of Minnesota Duluth alumni leading the points charge for Rogle BK. Marcus Lung tossed out of the faceoff dot. Vedmo does a good job there, ties up his man, but Rogle do a good job getting the puck out of their own end. Robin Kovacs, his first game in the Swedish Hockey League this season, called up from the Rogle BK under 20 setup, and Kovacs, a 6-foot Swede, is a real good skater, wearing 96 in white and green. End around play, and Rogle BK up from the Allsvenskan. Right now sitting in 10th spot. They'd like to be higher up in the table. They've got a good team. We've seen them a couple of times on Premier Sports Swedish Hockey League coverage. We saw them have a big overtime win. Ivan Baranka had a big overtime goal earlier in the season. Unfortunately, Baranka is out with an injury for Rogle BK. Also, no Kelsey Tessier. Alman Bibic also out of the lineup as Djurgarden put on the early pressure. It'll be Patrick Chelin getting it out to the neutral zone. For Djurgarden, Andreas Englund not dressed in this one. Daniel Fernholm not in the lineup. David Rundqvist also not taking part. And Marcus Sorensen, the biggest miss, his 5 goals and 8 assists. He's got a minor injury. And he will be missed indeed. Lars Volden shoulders that away. And Ludvig Claesson. Fans wanted a penalty call. None coming. That'll be an icing against Rogle. 4:07 gone. Head coach Anders Eldebrink, his assistant coaches Magnus Bogren and Mikael Gathering. First year bench boss Eldebrink here at Rogle. Last year he coached in the Swiss NLA for Rapperswil. Anderson with the face-off win. A little bit spotty there, but Chelin moves into the neutral zone quickly. Held up there expertly by Alexander Falk. His 5th year at Djurgarden. Falk, a good, steady, stay-at-home defenseman. Claesson gets filled in. A good hit there by Henrik Eriksson, and the captain absolutely imploded on his man. There is the captain. Let's have a look. Claesson moves the puck quickly, but Henrik Eriksson absolutely implodes on Claesson. Marshall, big 6'2" Canadian, couldn't move the puck quick enough. There's Lilwall in to help out, gives it back to Marshall. Marshall goes high off the glass this time, and it will be chased down by Sylvander. Sylvander tries to poke it out front. He was looking for Lindgren. It'll be Sylvander again. Sylvander back to the point. Good heavy shot by Marshall, and that's held on by Mikael Tellqvist. The former NHLer came out and tracked that well, and Tellqvist coming into this game a 2.20 goals against average and a .920 save percentage. 103 NHL games played for Toronto, Arizona, and Buffalo. Last year in Djurgarden, he had a .915 save percentage. Always been a decent goalie wherever he's gone, put up numbers. Maybe a tough situation in Toronto when he was coming up through the ranks in his NHL career. And here, he's only played 5 games. This is his 6th game of the season. Mantis Armalis, I mentioned, the heartbreaker of Great Britain's gold medal ambitions last season at the World Championships, has carried the mail, so to speak, for head coach Sarkijärvi. 13 games played for Armalis, but Tellqvist has been good early on in this one for Djurgarden. Hard off the wall, that'll come all the way back out. all the way back into Djurgarden's end zone. And it'll be Robin Norell. Norell takes his time, gains the red line, evades the icing. Thoresen, another Norwegian Olympian. A teammate of Lars Volden, but a foe in this game. And Thorsen's been good for Djurgarden. 4 goals, 9 assists. As again, Tellqvist, that's right in the breadbasket, and he will hold on as Robin Kovacs. Thought he had a beat on goal here. Tried to use Holmstrom as a screen. It didn't quite work out, and you see the junior numbers for Robin Kovacs. Tellqvist plays the puck well, but it's given away. And you see right there, it was almost Daniel Brodin thinking about moving too quickly up ice. What Tellqvist did there was okay. He bounces it off. In the end, Dasher, but Brodin wasn't where he should have been. And it led to a tough chance there. Kovacs hasn't looked out of place at all. Part of the under-20 system, as the Swedish system does such a good job bringing up their own, developing players. That's why they're such a hockey power. Quick shot from the line. And Linus Holmstrom, 5 goals this season from his blue line position. Leaned into that, but Lars Volden, no problem there. 1 shutout on the season for Volden, a 2.34 goals against average and a stingy .915 save percentage. He saw that all the way. Oscar Dansk has played 14 games this season, not in the lineup at all. Philip Turnbaum has been called up from the under-20 system to sit on the bench today. They hope he will just be on the bench. The youngster, as Dansk is hurt. Here's Chelin. Chelin into the corner for Aslan. Aslan takes a bump there. Aslan tries to keep his feet moving, but Lundberg came in and stapled him. Djurgarden moved the puck quickly after that ruck in the corner, and it's a good shot there, and Falstrom tried to go 5-hole, and Volden just keeps that biscuit out of the basket. Here is Aslan. A little bit of back and forth hockey now, and the faithful at Hovet Arena happy about that. It was a little bit of a feeling out process in the early part of this opening stanza, but a little bit back and forth now. Here's Lundberg. Lundberg stick handling across the neutral zone, gains the line and dumps it in for Tobias Haig. Haig wasn't there quick enough, and Jens Helgren got it up to the hash mark, no further. Helgren will get a second opportunity to move it. This time he does. Kicked forward by Lindgren. Lindgren throws it out front for Lilwall. Lilwall couldn't get there in time. Philip Holm battling hard there, kicks it forward for Robin Press, but Sylvander jumped in behind him. Sylvander doing a good job along the half wall. Walks back to the blue line. Trades off with Bibic. And a heavy shot there by Williamson. Unfortunately, he missed by a country mile. That one's high and wide over Tellqvist as Rogle trying to turn the screws on the pressure here. Dumped back in by Kevin Marshall. Marshall to Sylvander. Sylvander out front to Lindgren. That comes back to the blue line. And the faithful wanted a penalty there, and they are going to get it against Rogle BK. The home side about to go on the power play, and crowd at Hovet Arena helped the referee Tobias Bjork with that one. It will be Kevin Marshall. Marshall gets a hook in right there, a hard hook, tries to drop his stick there to say I'm not doing any fouling here, Mr. Referee, but unfortunately for Marshall, the right call is made, and it will be a power play opportunity. See Marshall there, 26 penalty minutes on the season, trailing only TJ Gagliardi. First power play of the game for either team, and now let's see what the home side have at the man advantage. Holmstrom with a laser beam, and if that was on the net, it might have sneaked under Volden. And it's skied away by Selinen. Selinen the leading scorer. Another quick shot by Holmstrom. Selinen in front. Selinen trying to dig that puck out of the ruck. And Selinen has another opportunity. And Lars Volden has seen enough. He'll cover up for a face-off in Rogle's territory. Nice work in the greasy area there by Selinen. And a good shot by Holmstrom. Got a real knack for getting the puck through. Anderson as well, moving the puck well. Here's Anderson. Here's Selinen. Selinen trying to dig that puck out. Actually, a good job done there by Jack Connolly. Just lifted the stick of Salinan at the last moment. 1:20 to go in the Marshall hooking call. Volden knocks that back to the neutral zone now, all the way back into Djurgarden's own end. There's Hallstrom. Hallstrom playing with fire right there. Gave the puck away to Rensfeldt, and now it's a breakaway. Oh, nice backhand chance by Smotherman. But Tellqvist held his ground. A horrible giveaway, and Smotherman looking for the shorthanded goal. And Tellqvist keeps the puck out of the net. Here's Salinan. Tommy Salinan, former Finnish international. 341 games played in Finnish Liga. It's his second year in the Swedish Hockey League. And a point producer everywhere he goes. Good block there by Alan Bibic. He was very brave to block that shot by Fallstrom. Hallstrom with another ripper. And again, the puck stays out. 25 seconds to go in the 5-on-4 situation. As you see, Djurgarden's power play is ranked 10th in the Swedish Hockey League, ticking over at around 17.1%. The 9th ranking Rogle penalty kill, 80.28%. There's a chance now for Alvarez. Alvarez being watched by Clayson, just dumped it into the zone. Back to the line for Hagstrom. Hagstrom, good pass, quick puck movement there. Turn, fire. Oh boy, Eriksson had a magnificent opportunity, as did Fallstrom. The power play is over as Marshall rushes in there like a freight train and hits Fallstrom. Djurgarden moving the puck well, and it's out front. Another chance, and it was a magnificent effort as both Alung and Alvarez had a clear shot on goal, and Volden has been busy. Still scoreless between Djurgarden and Rogle. 10:45 gone, opening period here on your home for hockey, Premier Sports. Magnificent work on the power play, and now the pressure continues. Here's Marcus Lung, 3 goals and 4 assists. Back to the point, Hagstrom. Hagstrom dumped it in there for Anderson. Anderson couldn't do much, and now it'll be Lundberg. Lundberg walks out of the corner. Lundberg, quick snapshot. That's blocked in front by Hellgren. Good block by Hellgren. It still looks like the power play is going on. I can assure you it's 5-on-5 hockey. Tellqvist, sensing the pressure is on, comes up, plays the puck quickly forward. Heavy legs there, though, for Djurgarden. They'll make a change. Lars Volden handles the puck well. That's a real asset. Here's Dominic Granick. Granick plays it back for Bengtsson. Bengtsson looking for an option. And Lucas Bengtsson will take his time. He goes to Granick, and Granick threw the puck into the neutral zone, picked off there by Robin Norell. Hallstrom up the left side. Gets it forward for Lung. It'll be Thoresen, the Norwegian Olympian. Thoresen in on his Norwegian Olympic teammate Volden, and Volden comes off better there as Thoresen couldn't squeeze the biscuit through. Thoresen, another chance. This time it'll be Mattsson. Mattsson into the neutral zone, and it's run and gun stuff. Hardly a whistle really in this opening stanza. And just that one penalty to Marshall. 0 for 1 on the power play are Djurgarden. And Lars Volden was probably the best penalty killer for Rogle. 12-5 the shots on goal in favor of the home side. Quick shot, quick goal. Oh, baby, Jordan Smotherman, you are magnificent. Smotherman's 6th goal of the campaign. And he put that up top shelf in the blink of an eye behind the former NHLer Tellqvist. They were outshot 12-5 at that point, and it's a magnificent pick along the wall by Jack Connolly. Jack Connolly with a quick pass to Smotherman, and Smotherman makes no mistake. What a pass by Connolly. Better finish by Smotherman. Absolutely nothing Mikhail Tellqvist could do. 1-0 Rogle BK. Well, you can't fault your goalie in that situation. I mean, that's just picking the top corner in a 2-on-1. It was a great pick along the wall by Connolly. He made an absolutely wonderful pass. Smotherman from Connolly, the official scoreline. And you can see right there, Henrik Eriksson, the captain, is so light on the puck there. And what I mean by that is he's not leaning on the puck. He's not protecting the puck. He's not using his strength to guard the puck. And Jack Connolly, the University of Minnesota Duluth alumni, with his 15th point of the season on that magnificent assist. Smotherman earlier shorthanded, tries to go forehand, then comes back on the backhand. Tries to sell forehand, rather, comes to the backhand. Couldn't beat Telquist, but he makes no mistake there. Likes to shoot the puck to Smotherman. 18 games played, 58 shots on goal. So for Jack Connolly, his 9th assist of the campaign from Smotherman. But Henrik Eriksson, the captain of Djurgarden, has to be heavy on the puck in that neutral zone position. He got his pocket picked by Jack Connolly. The schoolboy error by Eriksson. And Connolly on the 2-on-1 makes no mistake on a nice saucer pass to Smotherman. Smotherman's 6th. 1-0 Rogle. 7 minutes to go. Opening stanza at Hovet Arena. A chance now for Alvarez, and he screams that wide. And Alvarez, he's got 4 goals on the season. You want to hit the net right there with a statement shift chance. Lung back to the point. It's backhanded in by Hagström. Hagström to Alvarez. Alvarez walks out. Alvarez! Up top shelf where you keep the peanut butter. Robin Alvarez, 1-1. The 5th goal of the campaign for Robin Alvarez. His 2nd year with Djurgarden hockey. He's a former Malmo Red Hawk. But he just takes the dog for a walk here, a leisurely stroll, not a body around. And he couldn't believe he was wide open, but right there the youngster, Robin Kovacs, really misses an assignment, really needs to collapse down low. There's absolutely nothing Helgren can do. And Kovacs needs to come in there and set a pick player, at least try and lift the stick of Alvarez. That does not happen. Hagström and Lung, the assists on Alvarez's 5th of the campaign. We've got a 1-1 game at Hovet Arena. Selina now backhands it out front. That gets knocked backwards by Lilwall, and a little bit of afters now. Lilwall, the aggressor. Lilwall trying the helmet off there. We haven't seen a fight yet this season in our Swedish Hockey League broadcast. Right there, Selinen and Lilwall not happy with each other. You see there, Selinen tries to backhand it out front. He wants to get it across to Daniel Brodin. Granick not happy there either with Robin Norell. But Selinen and Lilwall maybe exchanging addresses for the Christmas card mail out. I doubt it though. 1-1 Djurgarden Rogle. Smotherman's 6th from Connolly for Rogle. Alvarez answering back his 5th. Puck off the post there. And now Thoresen. Good fight back by Djurgarden. Here's Thoresen. Thoresen sips it out front for Selinen. And Selinen had a clear look at net, but just knifed that wide. Selinen now battling with Williamson. Williamson, one hand on the stick, gets it up to the line. Impressive strength by Williamson. Carlson dumps it in. Thoresen hits his man. 14-20 gone, opening 20. Knotted up at 1. 2 goals, both highlight reel worthy. 2 top shelf finishes. Alvarez officially from Hagström and Lung. Holm moved the puck quickly. Back and forth stuff now. Quick shot by Falstrom, and that'll get up and out of play. And you just know that this line, Eriksson, the captain, is out here with Falstrom, and Eriksson kind of gave the puck away in the neutral zone, which led to that Smotherman goal. You know he want to atone for that. Here's the puck off the post, as I said, Brodin. But you can see, look at Volden's positioning right there. Volden's hugging the post. And that's expert goalkeeping there by the Olympian, the Norwegian Olympian Lars Volden. Got to hug the post, take away that angle, and that's why you heard that ping of the post. Here's Bibic. Bibic takes a hit to make a play to Helgren. Helgren goes back to Bibic, but the captain Eriksson was all over him like a dirty shirt. Less than 5 minutes to go, opening period. Stretch pass, just knifed forward by Connolly, and Mikael Tellqvist will hold on. Live NHL coming up tonight on your home for hockey, Premier Sports. From 10 past 1 a.m. Washington in Detroit at the Joe Louis Arena to take on the Red Wings. And as mentioned, tomorrow, Frölunda v. Färjestad from 6 p.m. live as well on Premier Sports. Quick shot out front, just skittered wide. It was Sylvander, looked like he had a bead right there. And almost kept Tellqvist by surprise. And if that had been on net, it might have been a bit closer to Tellqvist having to make that save and maybe putting him on the back heel as he didn't seem set right there. Here's Tobias Haig. Haig moves it quickly to Adam Olas Mattsson. Mattsson out into the neutral zone for Anderson. Tellqvist came out to play that. Falk. Falk will have a second opportunity here as they're heading into their own zone a little bit. And it's a good play by Rensfeldt. Rensfeldt is a big, big body at 6'4", and he's just a handful to deal with in the offensive zone. We've seen, as I mentioned, Rogle a few times on our Premier Sports coverage, and he has been impressive. Ludwig Rensfeldt, 35th pick in 2010 by Chicago. 4 goals on the season for Rogle. Lindgren gives chase. It'll be Hagstrom. Hagstrom really gave that puck away, and there will be no icing as that ticked off Lung. Marshall takes a bump from Marcus Lung. Lung with an assist on the Alvarez goal for Djurgarden. 16:45 gone. Really fast period at Hovet Arena. Djurgarden Hockey Club, founded in 1891, based here in Stockholm. We mentioned the most successful Swedish team of all time, 16 national championships, 9 times runners-up. A lot of you asking for them to be on the network. We were waiting for the World Feed picks, and finally we get Djurgarden on the Premier Sports docket. And it's been fun thus far. And here, Bibic now. Bibic trying to get at Thoresen. And Alan Bibic at 6'4". This is his first game. He's been called up from the Allsvenskan. His brother Alman Bibic also on the team, but Alman Bibic is out hurt. And here's Alan Bibic with the chance on the stuff play. The last national championship for Djurgarden was 2001, and you can see why people are angry. A hit from behind. Let's have another look at it. That's from behind, and Lund. When you see the numbers, and head coach Sakijärvi absolutely up in arms, literally. And the right call has been made. When you see the numbers, you got to hold up. You can break a guy's neck. And you know what? Hockey players are getting bigger. The rink dimensions are not. And when you see the numbers, you've got to hold up, because eventually, I mean, someone is going to be killed out there. You've got to hold up. Alan Bibic, 5+ a game for a legal check to the head. Let's have a look. He has a chance on the stuff play for his first goal, and then he absolutely railroads. Marcus Lung is only 5'9". Alan Bibic is 6'5", and you can see the shoulder. It's with intent. First, on one of the angles, looks like from behind, but it's certainly targeting the head by Bibic. So it's 5+ a game. He's been thrown out. A legal check to the head. It's his debut in the Swedish Hockey League this year, and it's a dubious one indeed for Alan Bibic. As I just finished saying, his brother Alman Bibic is out with an injury. Alan Bibic up from the Allsvenskan, and Alan Bibic doesn't last long in his debut in the Swedish Hockey League in this campaign. And he's really put himself in a bad situation, thrown out like that. Luckily indeed, Marcus Lung is up and okay. And there it is, 5 plus a game checking to the head for Alan Bibic. And he's put his team in a horrible, horrible situation. A 5-minute power play for Djurgarden. Their second power play of the game. They, of course, 0 for 1. They couldn't score when Marshall was off for hooking. But now an extended power play. And Marcus Lung will keep an eye out. He got right back up and came down the ice. There was a bit of a coming together. There was definitely not a retribution, but Lung got back up and had words with Bibic, so he seems to be okay. Here's Hagström. Hagström to Falstrom. Falstrom takes a bump there from Lindgren. Here's Hagström. Hagström shoots! Turned aside by Volden. Eriksson was in front trying to take away the eyes of Hagström. Less than 2 minutes to go. And you see there the 5-on-4, still 4 minutes to go. Sarkijärvi, you're happy about it from behind, or the targeting the head rather of Bibic. But you're certainly happy to have 5 minutes on the power play with a 1-1 scoreline home. Chance short-handed, and again it's smothered. He had a break earlier short-handed. He is the goal scorer for Rogle, and somehow he gets in behind everybody there. He's a big guy at 6'3". He shouldn't be able to sneak anywhere at that size. He's had a good opening period, probably Rogle BK's best player. Here's Hallström. Hallström back cycle. Throws it back to the line. A good shot there by Anderson. Turned aside. And it looks like Djurgarden is going to be called. Is it a goalie interference call? Let's have a look. Hallström back to the line. Anderson with the quick shot. And you can see in front there, Brodin is all tangled up with Lars Volden. Volden turns right away and has words with Tobias Bjork. And it certainly looks like it's just a crease infraction. The play comes outside, but Volden wanted a penalty. They don't get it. The power play rolls on. It's just a crease violation against Djurgarden. Less than a minute to go. Opening stanza. 3 minutes to go on that Bibic checking to the head. Illegal check to the head. A major penalty. 5 plus a game. Here is Anderson. Anderson to Hallström. Thoresen. Quick backhand shot. And Selinen. What a pass by Thoresen to Selinen. And Selinen had 2 chances at it. And now Lilwall, who's been aggressive in this opening period for Rogle. And as the captain, I guess he kind of has to be on the road. You've got to set a tone, and Christopher Lilwall has been in this game. Here's Thoresen. Thoresen with the backhand pass, and then a backhand shot from Thoresen. Anderson comes in on the rebound. Lilwall takes offense to that, as does Patrick Chellan. Marshall in there as well. Marshall trying to take off the helmet of Vedmo. There's the shots on goal tally, 19-8 in favor of Djurgarden, and that man, Lars Volden, the 6'3" Norwegian, has been busy. 1-1. Smotherman's 6th for Rogle. Alvarez's 5th for Djurgarden. 30 seconds to go, opening stanza. Hagström. Hagström down the wall. Gave it to Falstrom. They play catch. Falstrom goes back to Hagström. He couldn't handle it with Lilwall in his face. Here's Eriksson. Eriksson, the captain. Quick shot, and that was Lung. And I tell you what, Marcus Lung, if he wants to get any sort of revenge against Bibic for that check to the head, a power play goal would do nicely. Good glove save by Volden, though. Here's Hagström. Hagström to Lung. Eriksson back to Lung, and Lung got held up there, deflected by Helgren. But Marcus Lung, he is okay after that check to the head out on the power play. Here is Hagström. Hagström to Alvarez, and as the clock winds down, that'll do it on an exciting opening period. There will be a carryover power play in favor of Djurgarden. As you see, the shots on goal after 20 minutes, 19-8 in favor of the home side. The big score line, though, or the only statistic that matters, is that score line, 1-1 after 20 minutes. I'm Aaron Murphy. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Hovid Arena, Djurgarden hockey hosting Rogle BK, and after 20 minutes, it's 1-1. 19-8, the shots on goal in favor of the home side, and they've got a carryover power play. If you're just tuning in, Alan Bibic has been ejected from the game. 5 minutes for an illegal check to the head, so 5 plus a game, automatically ejected. They still have 2:08 to go on that power play. Goals in that opening period from Alvarez for Djurgarden is 5th, from Hagstrom and Lung, and for Rogle BK, they actually opened the scoring. It was Smotherman's 6th from Connolly. A big hello to David Longstaff. And David Longstaff is British ice hockey royalty, one of the best British-born players of all time, if not the best British-born player of all time. Some experts will tell you he is. The debate rages between him and Tony Hand. And David Longstaff is watching tonight. Great to have you on board, Lobby. In 2001 and 2002, Longstaff had 9 goals and 11 assists for 20 points in 45 games played for Djurgarden Ice Hockey Club. So he went to Sweden, he succeeded. And in his EIHL career, he had basically a point a game, his BNL, BISL, the Super League. He has been phenomenal wherever he has gone, and he is still going strong. He is the current player coach of the Whitley Warriors. He's a former Sheffield Steeler, a Viper, a Flame, a former Manchester Storm in their original incarnation. And I tell you what, incarnation rather, as the puck rings off the post. But it's a pleasure to have David Longstaff watching tonight. And if you don't know who he is, check him out. Check out his numbers. He was, and still is, still going, one of the best to lace him up. British-born talent. Still 1:11 to go. There's a tip in front, and it was a good one by Brodin, but he couldn't direct it enough. And they still have 1:02 to go on this power play. Bibic really putting Rogle BK in a bad situation. A screamer from Hallstrom. And just wide. Back the other way, Sylvander. Stick in the shooting lane by Hallstrom, deflects that wide. 45 seconds to go in this 5-minute power play opportunity. In that opening stanza, Alvarez led all skaters with 8 minutes and 13 seconds time on ice. Smotherman had 3 shots on goal for Rogle. Williamson 4 hits. Selinen 4 shots on goal for Djurgarden. Eriksson 3 hits. 19-8 were the shots on goal, in the face-offs 15-11 in favor of Djurgarden. Still 20 seconds to go. Can they make Alan Bibic play for that check to the head against Marcus Lung? Lung is okay, though. He's been out for several stretches on the power play, trying to get revenge against Bibic by scoring one. 5 seconds to go in that aforementioned power play. Chelin tries to throw it back to the point. He was looking out there for Dominic Granick, but it's picked off. 0 for 2 on the power play now are Djurgarden. The Bibic penalty doesn't hurt them, although Bibic will play no further part. He is automatically ejected for that check to the head. Chelin with the shot. And Mikhail Telquist, the former Leaf, Coyote, and Sabre, holds onto that between the pipes for Djurgarden. And look back. That shot off the post, as I was talking about David Longstaff, that's why I got excited. It rings off the post. You can hear the ping in the broadcast position as Eriksson was in front, trying to take away the eyes of Olden. So thanks to David Longstaff for reaching out on Twitter. You can do so as well at Murph on Ice, at Premier Sports TV, at SHLSC. And of course, you can check out the Swedish Hockey League's website at shl.se for all the news and information around the most skilled league, many say in Europe. And calling these games week in and week out, I'd have to say it is phenomenal stuff. I've worked on the KHL before, but the Swedish Hockey League just has a speed and the passing and skating game that you expect from Swedish born and raised players. We saw it at the Olympics in Sochi, of course. And they made it all the way to the final against Canada. And it is exciting stuff. And overtime, not that it'll jinx us, but it's 3-on-3 overtime in the Swedish Hockey League as well. It is absolutely entertaining for a viewer, tough for coaches and goaltenders, I can tell you that. Back into the Rogle zone, it is Rensfeldt, and Rensfeldt is a wrecking ball on skates. And right there, he turns away, tries to draw a penalty. He had a stick under his arm. The referees Bjork and Schoborg say play on. Brodin cuts inside, walks into the big body of Williamson. Williamson had 4 hits in that opening stanza. Doesn't mind throwing the body around. Kovacs trying to get in behind the Djurgarden defense, and that pass doesn't come off. Jesper Williamson will start it out again for Rogle BK. Here's Kovacs, the youngster, his first Swedish Hockey League game of the year. Called up from the under-20 setup. Quick shot through the crease there by Dominik Granic, the Slovakian international. Played for Linköping last year to Granic. He had a quick shot, but it doesn't hit the net. Now it's Anderson. Anderson takes a bump from Granic. Gets it over to Aline. Aline back to the point. They play catch back there with Falk. Falk tips it forward, and it was Aline trying to direct it at the net, but it comes back to Falk. Falk fakes the shot. Blocked in front there at the high slot by Kovacs. Kovacs, the youngster, brave to block that Falk shot because he can really lean on the puck. Kept in by Aline. Aline goes outside Granic. And Aline keeps the puck going back to the point. Lundberg couldn't get his shot through. And Djurgarden keep the pressure on. 2-0. Whoa, boy, what a shot by Lundberg. Djurgarden on top. Nothing but an absolute screamer from Emil Lundberg. Lundberg, his second goal of the campaign. And looking back at the point here, here's the shot that doesn't get through. He's back on the point, but he's a forward, Emil Lundberg. Comes right back in, cycles off. He was tagging off there and covering for his defensive partner when he took that original shot that didn't get through. And they cycle back and change positions, and he's in a great spot on the ice, top of the circle. It's a laser goal that Volden felt go by him, and nothing he can do. Lundberg, his second from Aline and Haig. 2-1, Djurgarden Ice Hockey Club. They trailed 1-0. Smotherman opened the scoring for Rogle BK, and I'll tell you what, Smotherman was one of the best players on the ice for either team. Jordan Smotherman, the American import. Norell back to the point. You see it's official. Lundberg from Aline and Haig. Kjellin takes a bump there from Selinen. Selinen, the leading point getter for Djurgarden with 14. To the line. Marshall streams that one wide. Here is Tommy Selinen, the 6'1" product of Finland. Gets it in behind the net for Holmstrom. Holmstrom takes his time. 6:05 gone. Second stanza. 2-1 Djurgarden over Rogle BK. Vedmo got all tangled up there in Sylvander. Took the puck away. Breakaway chance now. What a chance for Lindgren. Oh, he blew a tire on that partial breakaway, and Victor Lindgren, no points on the season. What a goal that would have been. What a way to open up his point total. He just seemed to be flat-footed there in behind the defense. Lindgren back in on the forecheck. That'll come back out to the neutral zone and bumped forward by Williamson. Hagstrom tags off there with Marcus Lung, and we're happy to see Marcus Lung out there taking shifts after he took that hit to the head from Alan Bibic. Bibic thrown out of the game. A legal check to the head, but Lung seems to be okay. Matson throws it into the neutral zone. That's picked off by Robin Press. He comes shoulder to shoulder with Matson again, and now it'll be Jack Connolly. Connolly, he's got an assist in the game. Holds up, and that'll be up and out of play. Coming up live tonight, the NHL continues on Premier Sports. The Washington Capitals at the Detroit Red Wings. You see Lindgren making a bit of a dog's dinner of that. That game tonight, Washington at Detroit, 1:10 a.m. Swedish Hockey League coverage continues tomorrow on Premier Sports. Frölunda hosting Färjestad from 6 p.m. I'll have the call of that game. And tomorrow, 5:30 p.m., the debut of EIHL on Ice, a new weekly program catching you up on the Elite League, some highlights, some, of course, statistics, and tune in tomorrow from 5:30 p.m. for the first look at that. Here's Connolly. Connolly. Bit of a mess of that, but they keep the puck alive. Matson. And there's a tip in front. Again, it was Jordan Smotherman who's been involved in everything for Rogle. Hellgren with the shot. Matson was running interference to make that shot get through. And Smotherman, 4 NHL games played with Atlanta way back in the day in his career. The Thrasher's long gone. It's his second year with Rogle. He had 10 goals last year. He's got 6 already this season, on pace to smash last year's goal-scoring total. Here's Hellgren. Hellgren to Sylvander. Sylvander with the hard angle shot, no problem for Tellqvist. Falk comes in to join the fracas, but it'll be Rensfeldt. Rensfeldt, the wrecking ball, back to the point, tipped by Rensfeldt then, and drifts wide. Vonstrom in the corner. Vonstrom gets it out to Carlson. Here's Rensfeldt. Maybe could have tried for the wraparound with his size, but doesn't do it. Gets knocked down, and Djurgarden happy to get it out into the neutral zone through Alvarez. Coughed up Alvarez, tries to stick with it, but it'll be Kovacs, the youngster. Stops on a dime. Gets it back to Rensfeldt. Rensfeldt leaned on that, and Tellqvist came good. Quick shot by big Rensfeldt, and Tellqvist kept the puck out. Here's Williamson. Williamson turns. He's being chased down by Falstrom. Falstrom makes a hit to make the play. And that's a good forecheck. Here's Selina. Selina sticks out that left leg, showing you that strength. Turns, fires. Good save there by Volden. But what a textbook move to the net by Selina. And now Selina all alone out front and just chips it wide as Volden was scrambling in the Rogle crease. Marshall comes in. Has to keep that puck moving. The referee, Tobias Bjork, yelling at the rock to keep it moving. Here's Kovacs. Kovacs gets it to the line, no further, as that's kept in by Robin Press. Good offensive zone pressure and hemming in of Rogle by Djurgarden. Aslan gets it forward to Kovacs. Kovacs was at the end of a long shift, though. He needed a change. Press with the stretch pass. Out front for Anderson. Anderson charging into that blue paint, but Volden holds on. Here's Selina. Want that left leg. He sticks it out against Williamson. Watch. This is a different play. Thoresen out front. Selina, this is a second sequence on that same shift. He chips it wide, but that first play where he stuck the left leg out against a much bigger Williamson was impressive stuff. Then he turns and fires a low wrist shot. Smart hockey player is Tommy Selina. 341 games in the Finnish Liga. You don't play at that level that often if you're not a good player. He's a former Finnish international as well as Selina. 3 goals and 11 assists on the campaign. 9:53 gone. Second period, 2-1 Djurgarden over Rogle BK. Smotherman, the lone goal for Rogle, his 6th from Connolly. And for Djurgarden, Alvarez, his 5th from Hagstrom and Lund. And the second goal, Lundberg, his 2nd from Aline and Haig. And there's the shots on goal total, 24-12, halfway through this frame, halfway through the game. Picked up by Jack Connolly. He's got a spring in his step in this game. Clayson with the quick shot, and that's kicked aside by the ever-ready Tellqvist. He's looked sharp. And sometimes when you're being outshot, certainly Volden has had more pucks his way. He's been busier. And sometimes when you're the less busier of the 2 goalies, that can be tougher. And Tellqvist has been good when called upon. There's Connolly actually picking the pocket of Eriksson. I said it in the commentary in the first period. He's got to be harder on that stick, Eriksson. And then easy goal for Alvarez. Walks out. Kovacs doesn't pick up his man. And then we look at the second goal. A screamer by Lundberg. Lundberg had a good shift. He came back and tagged off his defenseman who had joined into the rush. He had a chance, and then he switched back with his defenseman, joined his regular forward position, and screamed it past Lars Volden. 0 for 2 on the power play are Djurgarden, but it's been a quick game so far. I said it before, the Swedish Hockey League, everything is at speed, everything is at tempo. David Longstaff will tell you, way back in 2001 and 2002 when he played for Djurgarden, it is not for the faint of heart. And there's been plenty of guys that have played in the NHL and come over on this big ice in the Swedish Hockey League and maybe struggle a little bit. Saw TJ Gagliardi go the first part of this season, 7, 8, 9 games without a goal. Long-time NHLer getting used to the speed and the big ice. He's come good now, Gagliardi, but not for the faint of heart. This is some impressive league, no doubt about it. And the Swedish hockey system develops from within. You talk about British hockey and how a lot of the experts out there say we don't do enough to develop players. It's tough to do. You got to have the money and the infrastructure. A lot of teams coming around. A lot of teams do a good job of that around the UK, but certainly in Sweden, you look at guys like Kovacs and young players coming up. They develop from within. Guys like Daniel Bernhardt for Djurgarden as well. Falk swoops back to Hagström. Hagström's had a good game for head coach Sarkijärvi. 10:52 gone. Talk about British hockey. The Elite Ice Hockey League is back live December 12th, Coventry hosting Cardiff, and December 27th, the Christmas Classic, the Nottingham Panthers hosting the Sheffield Steelers. Check premiersports.tv for all the news and information on the EIHL. Here's Williamson. Williamson to Connolly. Connolly, without doubt, the fastest player, the most spring in his step anyway in green and white. He's involved on every shift, on every loose puck. Not a big guy, Jack Connolly, at only 5'8". At 30 points for Rogle last year. He is the type of player that can change the game on a dime, and his line certainly trailing 2-1 every time they're on the ice. Djurgarden will have to be conscious of Jack Connolly. Connolly already with an assist in this one. Marshall lost his bucket. He'll go back and pick that up. He was battling with big Alexander Falk. 11:23 gone. Djurgarden 2, Rogle BK 1. Rogle BK founded in 1921. Lots of history, but Rogle, they've never won a national championship. From a small area just outside Ängelholm in Sweden. They were in the Allsvenskan last year. Back in the top flight, but Djurgarden, what a history there. 1891 they're founded. 16 national championships. And they were in the Allsvenskan in 2013-14 flight. Their last national championship was 2001. Falk for a holding, Marshall for cross-checking, 4-on-4. Lots of ice out there and lots of skill on show. So Marshall cross-checking and Falk holding. Offsetting minors. The fans didn't like it. They wanted a situation where it was just Marshall in the box. The referees Bjork and Schoberg saw it otherwise. 1:34 to go, 4-on-4. Outshot, oh boy, Claesson with a diamond of an opportunity, and he couldn't pull the trigger. Excellent stuff there from Mikael Tellqvist. Big Ludvig Claesson, the defensive defenseman, 2 assists on the campaign. Still looking for his first goal. You're not going to get a better chance than that. And Thoresen had a good look for a tap in. The Norwegian Olympian doesn't miss many from there. He's got 4 goals this season, and he's a former NHLer. 106 NHL games played for Thoresen with Philadelphia and Edmonton. 4-on-4 hockey continues. Inside out, Alvarez, the lone marksman, or the lone marksman in the first period, I should say, rather, for Djurgarden. Lundberg has gotten on the board in the second. But Alvarez's goal was magnificent in that opening 20. Here's Hagström. Hagström gets his pocket pick there by Rensfeldt. Back and forth stuff, 55 seconds to go, 4-on-4. Here's Jens Hellgren. Hellgren with a stretch pass, just knifed in on Tellqvist. Tellqvist plays the puck very well for a goalkeeper. Hagström moves that quickly. 12:45 gone, middle frame. Quick shot there by Anderson. And a good active stick gets that up and out of play. Williamson, he's hard to beat. As I mentioned, he led all skaters in that opening period with 4 hits. And he is a thorn in the side of Djurgarden thus far. You saw it there against Anderson. Anderson wins the draw. Blocked there, looked like Aslam got a piece of that. Still 25 seconds to go, 4-on-4 with Falk and Marshall off for offsetting minors, hooking and holding. Quick shot screamed through by Philip Holm. He's never going to hit the target. Tap-in chance there. And Linus Holmstrom all over the ice. Shattered twig there. And a big whiff, shall we say, as the puck comes all the way back down to Telquist. 4-on-4 situation is over. 13:30 gone, second period. 2-1 in favor of Djurgarden. They actually trailed 1-0. But goals from Alvarez and Lundberg have them back on top at home at Hovet Arena. Hovet Arena, built in 1962, 8,094 the capacity. Sometimes, because they are based in Stockholm, sometimes for special occasions and maybe big playoff fixtures and whatnot, they do play at the Globe Arena in Stockholm, an arena I love. I've covered a couple of NHL Premier events at the Globe Arena. It's actually shaped like a globe. It's a big circle, and if you haven't been there, it's a must for all hockey fans to get there. Quick shot, quick goal, magnificent stuff, Vedmo. Lucas Vedmo with a great shot. Nothing Volden can do. It's 3-1 Djurgarden. Third goal of the season for Lucas Vedmo. Montreal pick in this 2015, the draft just gone. He was 87th overall, had 23 goals for Djurgarden's under-20 setup last season, and you can see why the Montreal Canadiens picked him, and you can see why he's up from the under-20 setup. I touched on development in the Swedish system, where Lucas Vedmo is a prime example of that. Vedmo from Lund, and for Lund, that's his second assist of this game, and a 3-1 lead for Djurgarden. Lars Volden has been under siege for long stretches. They've been heavily outshot in this game, have Rogle BK, on the help of that 5-minute power play as Bibic was tossed for the illegal check to the head. Quick shot that goes over Volden. But for long stretches of play, after they were down 1-0, that was against the run of play. It was pretty much all Djurgarden right before that goal by Smotherman, although he's been very good, especially on the penalty kill, Smotherman. Here's Selinen. Selinen again sticks out that left leg, throws it in off the post, and he is something else with the puck on his stick. Tommy Selinen. Selinen right on cue. Turns, fires, Thorson grabs that, throws it behind the net as Rogle are hemmed into their own zone. As I mentioned, Smotherman scored against the run of play. Djurgarden heavily outshooting Rogle BK and outplaying them at this point. Head coach Anders Eldebrink of Rogle is going to have to find something if they're going to get back into this game trailing by 2. Less than 5 to go in the second frame. 4.5 exact. Here's Falstrom. Falstrom takes a big hit from Williamson. Eriksson battling hard, gets it to Falstrom. Falstrom, every time Falstrom touches the puck, Williamson is right there. He's like his shadow. Here's Patrick Chelling. Chelling gets held up by Hogstrom. Hogstrom does a good job from his defensive position to get it up forward for Alexander Falstrom, a former Minnesota pick back in 2009. He was the 116th pick by the Wild. There's Kevin Marshall, former Philadelphia Flyers pick in 2007. He actually played in the American Hockey League for the Toronto Marlies last year. Kevin Marshall had a goal and an assist in the American Hockey League for the Marlies last season. There's the shots on goal, 6 apiece in this period, so better from Rogle, but 25-14. So Lars Volden can't be blamed for that scoreline at this point. The Alvarez goal was a beauty. The Lundberg goal, tough as well. Vedmo beat him 5-hole. Maybe he'd like to have that one back, but certainly not much he could have done on the first 2. Here's Sylvander. Sylvander with a nice little move there at the line. Sylvander Gets in behind Haig. Haig sticks with him, though, and gets the puck out into the center ice area. Here is Ludwig Claesson. Claesson had a magnificent opportunity 4-on-4, but could not beat Mikhail Telquist. That one's wide, and it will be Smotherman all over it. Smotherman, a long shift. He looks tired. Smotherman couldn't catch up with Vedmo, and Vedmo's got a spring in his step after getting that third goal for Djurgarden, also his third of the season for the Montreal Canadiens pick in this past summer's draft. There's Marshall. Marshall strong on his stick right there. Gets it forward to Smotherman. Smotherman takes a hit to make a play, but that gets all tied up on the lower dasher. Claesson finally moves it forward. 17:45 gone. Period 2. 3-1 Djurgarden. Smotherman. Smotherman's out there with Connolly. And certainly this is the line that could get Rogle back into this game. Marshall tries to pinch in. It's a 3-on-2 developing. You don't want to do that against Patrick Thorson's line. Thorson back to the point! And Salinen buries the biscuit in the basket. It's 4-1. Wow, just like that. Rogle were pressing with the Smotherman-Connolly duo. And I said you don't want to pinch in. Marshall jumped in from his blue line position. A 3-on-2 was developing back the other way. Look at in the middle of your screen there, big 46 jumped in green and white. And then this is what happens. Thorson, Salinen, bing, bang, boom. Good Thorson, head on a swivel. And Salinen, who's been probably Djurgarden's best player for me in this game, makes no mistake there. And for Tommy Salinen, his 4th of the season. Thorson will get the assist. Marshall shouldn't have jumped in there, although he was excited because that Connolly-Smotherman duo has been making things happen. He wanted to jump in and make himself available, but unfortunately that 3-on-2 developing the other way against the best player on Djurgarden, and Thorson up there as well on their depth chart. That's not the guys you want to pinch in against. Here's Williamson. 4-1 Djurgarden. A minute and a half to go, period 2. Rensfeld dumps it out front. Good active stick and a 2-on-1 developing now. As the shot comes in. It was a good shot by big Tobias Haig, but now out front, I'll tell you what, Aline was all alone, and again, Volden has to work some magic. Alvarez in there as well. This is a dangerous line, and now, I believe that's Marshall. Yeah, that's big Kevin Marshall. It's 6'2" Canadian who's got 26 penalty minutes, 28 penalty minutes this season. He's got a minor in that first period. And actually, he's got a minor in this period, so that should be 30 penalty minutes from Marshall. But he jumps in there with a minute 12 to go. He was all over Tobias Haig like a dirty shirt. So Tobias Bjork and Patrick Schoberg will discuss what the call will be here. Aline out front. And a good quick tip by Alvarez. Kovacs has word with him, but then you see Haig gets a face or a glove up into the face of Marshall, and Marshall decides a Conor McGregor type takedown would be the answer. Trailing 4-1, head coach Anders Eldebrink is going to need Marshall available on the ice. He doesn't want him taking stupid penalties. And right now, it's a roughing call against Marshall. Looks like he will be the only player to be penalized. We'll double check that. Look at Marshall. He's incensed. And he does some house cleaning, maybe some renovations. Maybe he's been in the penalty box a few times in this game. Maybe not happy with the feng shui in the sin bin. Decides to do some redecorating. Third power play opportunity now for Djurgarden. They're 0 for 2. And trailing by 3, that's not the answer. Kevin Marshall needs to hold his discipline. Here's Lung. Lung with the screamer. Eriksson was in front, screening again. Less than a minute to go. Volden kept the puck out there, even with Eriksson in front. Here's Lung. Marcus Lung to Eriksson. Lung back to the point. Hagström with the shot, and Eriksson in front. That's tipped up and out of play. If you're just tuning in, we'll catch up on the scores. It was Smotherman, his 6th from Connolly for Rogle BK, and now it's been 4 unanswered goals for Djurgarden. Alvarez's 5th, Lundberg's 2nd, Vedmo's 3rd, and most recently, Solinen, his 4th goal of the campaign. 4-1. They're on their 3rd power play now. Marshall off, and Marshall's been in the box a few times this game. Holmstrom, again tipped in front this time by Brodin, and that's up into the mesh. Linus Holmstrom. And from your defense core, that is a very good return. 5 goals from Linus Holmstrom, the blue liner. He also has 8 assists. He has 56 points in 163 career Swedish Hockey League games played. A pretty good offensive defenseman, good in his own zone as well. Here's Solinen. Solinen back to Holmstrom. Holmstrom D-to-D with 15 seconds to go in this period. A period that Rogle would like to get out of without conceding another. Down low to Brodin. Brodin back to the point. Solinen turns. Here's Thoresen, and that's a good block there. Smart play by Jesper Williamson. As he knows the clock is running down, there's the buzzer, and he doesn't want Thoresen to get that shot through at the end of 40 minutes. Djurgarden 4, Rogle BK 1. I'm Aaron Murphy. Don't touch that dial. Some NHL highlights coming up, and we'll have live 3rd period from the Swedish Hockey League after this short break. Welcome back. 3rd period action from Hovet Arena. 4-1 Djurgarden, and a carryover power play, their 3rd power play of the game, as Marshall is still in the box for Rogle. You gotta think another goal here would be the kiss of death for the visiting Rogle BK club, and their head coach Anders Eldebrink knows that if there was ever a big penalty kill, this is it, and they get it. Good job there. 0 for 3 on the power play are Djurgarden, but they still lead by 3 goals. Chance out front, and Taylor Matson teed that up, but couldn't get the shot away. 28-14, the shots on goal after 40 minutes in favor of Djurgarden. For Rogle BK, Smotherman 3 shots on goal, and Williamson led them with 15 minutes and 24 seconds of ice time and 5 hits. Djurgarden, Solinen a whopping 7 shots on goal. Alvarez 14 minutes and 52 seconds time on ice. Goal scorers for Rogle BK, Smotherman 6th from Connolly. For Djurgarden, Alvarez is 5th from Hagström and Lung. Lundberg 2nd from Aline and Haig. Vedmo's 3rd from Lung, and Solinen's 4th from Thoresen. 4-1 Djurgarden here in the 3rd stanza. I'm Aaron Murphy. Hope you're enjoying this one. Marshall trying to atone for his various trips to the penalty box, and Vonstrom trying to bash that puck in, but Mikael Tellqvist says no way. There's Marshall. Dances around Eriksson, gets it out for Vonstrom. Vonstrom and Rensfeldt, the wrecking crew, but Tellqvist just quick as a cat on that loose puck. A big hello to Gary Hedger in Portsmouth, enjoying a great game. He's cheering on Djurgarden, and a big hello to Niall Perry, enjoying the coverage from Belfast. You can reach out at Murph on Ice, at Premier Sports TV, at SHLSE. Thanks for all your comments. Swedish Hockey League continues tomorrow on Premier Sports as Frölunda host Färjestad. I'll have that call from 6 p.m. It's 1st versus 6th. 43 points for Frölunda, 31 for Färjestad. That'll be a real good game tomorrow at 6. Later tonight from 1:10 a.m., Washington are in Detroit as the NHL continues. And Thursday late night, Friday morning, technically, the Rangers at Tampa Bay from about 40 minutes past midnight. Check premiersports.tv for all the news and information about the Swedish Hockey League and the National Hockey League. That skips out front for Lundberg. He's already got a goal in this game, but quick as a cat right there was Carlson. Carlson got up to the Djurgarden blue line, got turned aside by Lung, and then they try and turn it back up, but that will be up and over the plexiglass. Should mention 2 Elite Ice Hockey League games coming up. We've got penalties coming here, actually a slash. But 2 EIHL games coming up in December. December 12th, Coventry hosting Cardiff at the Sky Dome. December 27th, Nottingham hosting Sheffield at the NIC. Again, check premiersports.tv as Tobias Haig, more of a lifting the stick motion there as he tried to stick check Philip Karlsson. The 13th ranked power play of Rogle, only 14.29%. 8th ranked is the penalty kill of Djurgarden, 80.36%. That shot just over the shoulder of Tellqvist. Bengtsson let it rip. There's Sylvander. Sylvander to Connolly, or Bengtsson rather. Bengtsson to Smotherman. Connolly was too far ahead of him. And if he could get this power play going, it hasn't been good this season, as you saw. 16th or 13th ranked. And it's their first power play opportunity in this one. Chelin speaking to the media in between periods, just said we were careless, absolutely careless in that second period, giving up 3 goals to a team like Djurgarden at home. We've got to tighten that up. Well, Chelin's out there on the power play. Can he get something going? Here's Bengtsson. Bengtsson ahead. Bengtsson finds Smotherman. Smotherman out there with Mattsson and Chelin. Karlsson. Karlsson back to Bengtsson. That's a laser beam, but right into the crest on the sweater of Tellqvist, and he has some good rebound control there, as there is 0 rebound. Bengtsson's had a couple of looks on the power play. Rasmus Bengtsson, the 59th pick in 2011 by the Florida Panthers, had a goal and 8 assists for Rogle BK last season. A couple of good shots on the power play, but Tellqvist has been up to the task. Falk blows a tire in the corner. He was helped, actually, knocked down by Lilwall. Lilwall, the captain, ends it around. Back to Karlsson. Rensfeldt is in front. Of course he is. He's like a mountain of a man in there. And Sebastian Vonstrom, 5 goals on the season in there as well. He's got American Hockey League and East Coast Hockey League experience. Actually played in the American Hockey League last year. Sebastian Vonstrom had 3 goals and 9 assists for the Chicago Wolves. Falk, high off the glass and behind Tellqvist. Alvarez just sifts it down. 30-odd seconds to go as they catch the clock up. They had a problem with the clock in-house here. 20 seconds to go. Falk duking and diving in there, avoids a hit from Christopher Lilwall. It's 9th year with Rogle BK for Lilwall. 17 goals, 19 assists last year. Wearing that Captain C on his jersey. He'd like to get something going. The power play is over. They keep the pressure on. And it is big Rensfeldt. Rensfeldt tries to go inside out there. Couldn't get around Norell. Granick picks the puck up in the neutral zone. Again, too nonchalant on the puck. That comes all the way back to Williamson after being coughed up in the neutral zone. Here's Tellqvist. Tellqvist being watched by Connolly. Connolly's had a good game despite that scoreline for Rogle. He's got an assist in the game and has been their best player, their best forward throughout. Here's Smotherman. Smotherman lays it back to Marshall. Heavy shot turned aside by Tellqvist. Here's Connolly. Connolly walks out. Good active stick there by Tobias Haig to keep that shot from going on net. Tellqvist is down on his pads, trying to take away the option to wrap around or go low. Press up the left wing. Marshall jumps in from back and cover his position. There's Marshall. He's a defenseman. He's jumped in a few times in this game. Wants to get something going. He played for the Toronto Marlies last year. He's an experienced guy, Kevin Marshall. Maybe a little bit of indiscipline in this game, though. Aline keeps it in. Aline's got a helper on the second Djurgarden goal. He's been good in limited ice time. Here's Tobias Haig. Haig presses against Chelin, but Chelin came off the wall and the puck just rolled off his blade. 6:37 gone. Period 3. Djurgarden 4, Rogle BK 1. Carlson turns back. And Carlson's another one of those homegrown products. Philip Carlson, the Rogle youth system brought him through. And then a chance out front. It was a good one. Again, Telquist just doesn't seem to be flappable in this game. He's not easily rattled, and of course he wouldn't be. And Selinen puts the dagger in. I was just talking about how good Telquist has looked, but Lars Volden has come under siege, and now a second goal for Tommy Selinen, his 5th goal of the season, 2nd of the night. Anders Eldebrink knows visiting Rogle BK are in trouble. And again, it's replay of Selinen's first goal. Nice quick pass by Brodin. Brodin to Thorson. Thorson to Selinen. Puck to Twine. Oh, so fine for Djurgarden. 5-1 for the home side. Selinen's 5th. 2nd of the night from Thorson and Brodin. Thorson with 2 apples now in this game. Here's Claesson. For Thorson, he now has 11 assists on the campaign. That's good work from the Norwegian Olympian. Kovacs, another one of those youngsters in the lineup with guys like Christensen and Elvin's out, Jensen out, Tessier out. Quick shot from Falstrom, and that's deflected up and out of play. I'm saying Telquist looks unflappable. He has been magnificent in this game, and I said it earlier in commentary, sometimes when you haven't had a lot of action, and they've been out shooting Rogle 28-14, so he hasn't been as busy. And he's had to be good when called upon, sometimes cold. And Lars Volden has been very busy. And he's been left hung out to dry a few times. 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s. And you can't do that against Selinen and Thorson's line. They've burned them. They've been the difference. Here's Lung. Lung back to the point. Alvarez. He opened up the scoring in the first period. And actually, Rogle BK were up 1-0. Smotherman started the scoring, and ever since then, it's been the floodgates opening after Alvarez. It was actually 1-1 after 20 minutes, 4-1 after 2 periods, and now a 5-1 scoreline. Shots on goal, 29-19 in favor of Djurgarden. Catch EIHL on Ice, the debut program, 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. And you can check premiersports.tv for future airings, and EIHL on Ice, a weekly program on the EIHL. And that will be ahead of our Swedish Hockey League live broadcast tomorrow for Frölunda hosting Färjestad from 6 p.m. after EIHL on Ice. 8:30 gone, period 3. 4-goal cushion in favor of the home side, Djurgarden. Coming into this game, Djurgarden sitting in 8th position on 27 points. Rogle BK sitting in 10th position in the Swedish Hockey League on 23 points. And for Djurgarden, a chance to keep the good vibes going. Be their 7th or their 8th win in regulation if they hold on. Jens Hellgren turns in that corner. Gives it away in the neutral zone. And you know what? If you're Djurgarden and head coach Hans Sarkiarvi, you're happy about that. Let Rogle BK make silly passes to nobody up the middle like that, and you just come back and collapse in, and now Thorson picks that puck up. I kind of jinxed it, because as soon as I said that, Rogle went on the attack quite smartly, and now they come back in there with Chelin. Chelin to Aslan. Chelin takes a hit to make the play there to Lilwall. Lilwall back to the point. Quick shot, skitters through, and I tell you what, Dominic Granick really hit that. It took a couple of bounces and nearly found the back of the net. And I said, if your head coach starts puck in and seeing what Rogle BK will try to do on the counter, because with that 4-goal cushion, you don't need to panic at all, and see if they try and bring the 4th body forward. bring a defenseman forward on the attack and see if you can create odd man rushes the other way. With that 4-goal cushion, you can play it however you want if you're an experienced coach like Sarkisian. Halfway through the third period, bounce play there. A smart play by Kovacs. He says it's in. He tried backside of Tellqvist. Rensfeldt crashing the net as he has been all game long. And there's the young Swedish Hockey League this season. Goes inside out there on Norell. Tries to bank it off Tellqvist. This will be a better look as he goes around Robin Norell. Right there. Just to bounce it off the left wrist and the trapper. And the puck is just sitting right between the legs. Right there. Thorson or Rensfeldt comes in. It's right there. You can see it never crosses the line. Rensfeldt comes in and misses it once, misses it twice, but the whistle has gone as he puts it in. Might as well have got a curling brush out and tried to sweep the stone into the house there. The referee, Tobias Bjork, had blown the play dead. 10-10 gone in period 3. Robin Kovacs, -3 in the game. That's tough for the youngster. Getting some ice time though, 9 minutes and 47 seconds. Despite the protestations, of course, it is indeed the right call. The call made on the ice was that the play was dead, despite Rensfeldt finally getting that dead puck across the line. Philip Holm moves that up. Quick shot by Falstrom off the chest of Volden. He felt that, gave his head a little shake. Here's Eriksson. Eriksson watched by Williamson. Williamson's been hitting everything that moves in this game from Rogle. Rensfeldt waved at that. Kovacs couldn't move it outside the line. Hogstrom had over 13.5 minutes of ice time through 2 periods for Djurgarden. Here's Rensfeldt. Rensfeldt ahead for Marshall. Marshall again forgetting that he's a defenseman, destroying the rush. Marshall in on the crash and bang play. He got a stick up in the kisser. Has a word with Schoberg skating back, but the referee did not see it. 9 minutes to go. And Sarkisian will be happy to see Marshall and any of the Rogle defensemen pinching forward. It's desperate times calling for desperate measures for Rogle BK and their cause here, trailing by 4. Lilwall in hard there with Bengtsson. Bengtsson tries to kick it forward. Marcus Lung is in there trying to just sneak it out back door there for Djurgarden. Lindgren watching him. Lindgren pulls away. The referee, Tobias Bjork, tells him to move it. They do. Lindgren, quick shot, but that was knocked aside by Robin Norell. Puck never made it to the ice. And now a breakaway and a shot. Oh boy, what a chance for Alvarez. He's got 1 goal in this game, and Robin Alvarez had plenty of daylight towards the net. Good stretch pass, and Alvarez head up. He's got Hellgren beat. And there's a doorway. These are Swedish host broadcasters. Maybe that's the doorway to oblivion for Rogle if that goal had gone in, if Alvarez had found a way to score on that breakaway. 8 minutes to go. The clock is not the ally of Rogle BK at this point. Aline back to the point. Quick shot with Alvarez in front. Anderson in there as well. And I'll tell you what, Lars Bolden will be happy when this one's over. He won't be happy with the scoreline, but he has had the ice tilted towards him. And it's been a tough night between the pipes for the Norwegian Olympian. The second year with Rogle BK for Lars Bolden. Oscar Dansk has played more between the pipes for Rogle BK. He's not available for this game. Volden gets the start. Philippe Turnbaum, the youngster up from Rogle's youth academy under 20 system, is the backup. So Volden knew he was going to be tough in this one. Here's Williamson, Jesper Williamson, ahead for Kjellin. And Kjellin gets knocked down. There's Marshall. Marshall up again. joining the rush, trailing by 4, and it will be a penalty now against Robin Press. Robin Press just chops down an early Christmas tree called Patrick Chellan. Will be pressed for tripping. The second power play now for Rogle BK. They were unsuccessful in their first attempt. A quick shot there by Taylor Matson, the American import. Former Vancouver Canucks pick in 2007 is Taylor Matson. Just the 1 goal on the season. Connolly comes in to take the draw. Gets it back to Bengtson. Bengtson to Smotherman. Smotherman walks in. Chellan. Chellan to Connolly. They play catch. Chellan back pass for Connolly. Too fancy now. Trailing by 4. With the puck to the net. Get traffic in front. Bengtson to Smotherman. Back to Connolly. Tipped in front there by Matson wide. Here's Bengtson. Rasmus Bengtson gets it ahead quickly to Matson. Matson to Smotherman. Connolly dumps it in for Matson. Nobody in front for Rogle BK. Chellan goes there now. Bengtson. Chellan actually drifted into the corner and was relieved in front by Taylor Matson, but this is a power play that looks a little toothless at this point. Smotherman puts it in behind for Granick. Dominic Granick, Slovakian international. Played for Linköping last season. Gives it to Vanstrom. Vanstrom. Back to Carlson. Carlson. Back to the point, and it's sloppy all around as that was just knocked aside by Tommy Selinen, showing you he's not just a great offensive player, but a good defensive player on the penalty kill for Djurgarden. Good shot by Vanstrom. It was high. He was hoping there that that would maybe create a rebound for the crashing Lilwall. And as Rensfeldt handed it off to Vanstrom, they knew Lilwall was going to play the wrecking ball, but no rebound to be had as Mikhail Telquist just gobbled that up. Connolly versus Marcus Lung. 8 goals and 19 assists for Lung last year. This is his 4th campaign with Djurgarden. Good to see him okay. Obviously, a check to the head by Alan Bibic maybe rung his bell, but Lung is okay. And if we're just tuning in, Bibic was thrown out of that game 5 plus a game for an illegal check to the head. And Lung has had a good game, actually 2 assists. Smotherman shoots. The power play is over. They are 0 for 2. Connolly, quick shot. And Chellan was in front, or rather Matson redirected that, and it was wide. It was Connolly. Connolly takes a bump from Press. Press has fresh legs after his tripping minor, less than call against Djurgarden. Well, it's been a good home game. Djurgarden never hung their heads when they went down 1-0. And they knew that they were playing well, because that Smotherman goal, in all honesty, was against the run of play. 36-23 the shots on goal, so you can see they've been a more dominant team. And this is a knowledgeable hockey crowd, as you'd expect in Stockholm. Stockholm, the capital city of Sweden, a great hockey tradition. Aslan. Aslan, quick shot, that's wide. Carlson is in there looking for Kovacs. Kovacs lifted a stick there, but it's home. Sitting there tantalizingly close. Williamson to Kovacs. And it's just dumped in and blockered aside there by Volda. Carlson up the wing for Marshall. Marshall, who's become a rover, more of a forward in this 3rd period than a defenseman for head coach Anders Eldebrink. Pushed out of the zone by the captain Lilwall, but not far enough. And here's Thorson. Thorson's got a couple of assists. He was trying the jam play there to get a goal. And with 4 minutes to go, that would have certainly been all she wrote for Rogle BK, but Thorson couldn't pull the trigger on that chance there. Puck to the line, and that squibs out to center ice. Olis Matson. There's Sylvander. Sylvander bodied out there, and Selinen picks up the puck. Selinen into the neutral zone. That's picked off by Clayson. Clayson just dumps it in with 3.5 to go here. Nearly a giveaway there, troubling moment, but Djurgarden recover. They've got that 4-goal cushion. They're not going to panic whatsoever. Falstrom. Falstrom goes outside of Clayson and takes a bump. Lilwall gets filled in, and oh boy, what a hit by Falstrom. The stick of Lilwall came up and caught him in the beak. And play goes on. Sylvander. The way to the races, one-on-one. Quick shot and held on by Telquist, and now tempers are boiling over at Hovet Arena. Falstrom came charging into the corner like a freight train. Fills in Lilwall right here. And Lilwall's stick comes up. How do you do? And Lilwall holding his head there. Takes the bump from Eriksson, but here's the shoulder to the chest and chin. And the stick comes up into Falstrom's beak. And is then Granick to add insult to injury. Cross-checks him in the back. Lilwall really took a heavy thump there with 3 minutes to go. Keep an eye on Falstrom and Lilwall. Both players shook up in that fracas in the corner. Here's Haig. Haig softly up the wall. Bengtsson will have to give chase. Bengtsson being watched by Lundberg. Lundberg comes out better there. Lundberg throws it out front. Quick shot by Haig. And it goes dead as there's a crease infraction. And now Alexander Falk having words. As you see, Falstrom is still shook up. Here's Lilwall. Lilwall takes a bump from Eriksson. That's not the problem. Here's the problem. Falstrom comes in and absolutely implodes on Lilwall, and the stick comes up into the face. Time running down on Rogle BK. Favor of Djurgarden. Here's Falk. Falk moves it to Lung. Lung just dumps it in as he gives a cheeky look up at the clock at center ice. Falk, first man back, just leans on that. Djurgarden happy to just make simple plays here, as you see Alvarez, though. He coughs it up at the line. Happy to make simple plays. There's a quick chance down the wing, and I tell you what, Vedmo, who's got a goal in this game, had a top corner available to him, but he missed high and wide. Here's Ludvig Clayson. Clayson goes back to Marshall. Less than 2 minutes to go in this game. Unless there's a miracle on that bench for Rogle BK, this is a step too far with 1:37 to go. And that man, Tommy Selinen, probably the best player on the ice. He's got 2 goals, but he's been making things happen for Djurgarden all game long. Smotherman's been good for Rogle BK, as has Connolly. But it has been 4 unanswered goals. It was 1-0 Rogle, 5 unanswered goals as Djurgarden just put their pedal to the metal. And Alvarez tied it up. It was 1-1 after 20 minutes, and ever since then it's been an onslaught. 3 unanswered goals. 3 straight goals by Djurgarden in the second to make it 4-1. Another goal by Selinen here in the third, making it 5-1 with 1:12 to go. Thorson's been good as well. A couple of assists on those Selinen snipes. Let's have a look at some of his. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Thorson, such vision. Selinen, such finish. Rensfeldt takes a bump, and it's just 1 minute to go in the third period. Robin Press throws it into the right corner. The captain Eriksson goes back to Press. Robin Press, 211th pick in 2013 by the Chicago Blackhawks. He's had a good game for Djurgarden. Lundberg Another rush for Djurgarden. Can they add more to that score line? Holm dances into the corner, back to the line. And that's blocked in front as it was a quick shot by Anderson. And again, it was Bengtsson with the stop. Here's Philip Holm. Holm, with 15 seconds to go, content to just wheel the puck on the perimeter. On the outside, less than 10 seconds to go as the Djurgarden faithful are of good voice, as that's knocked down by a high stick. On the right, you see Anders Eldebrink. It'll be back to the drawing board for Rogle BK. His assistant coach, Magnus Bogren. Great mustache. No smile, though. And of course, you wouldn't be. It hasn't been, since it was 1-0, they haven't been in this game. And even when it was 1-0, they got that goal against a run of play that looked like Djurgarden could be Rensvik. Can't win the draw. Djurgarden just trying to body out here now as Aline will hold on and flip it into center ice as the buzzer sounds on 60 minutes at Hovet Arena. Djurgarden 5, Rogle BK 1. I'm Aaron Murphy. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Later tonight, live NHL from 1:10 a.m. Washington at Detroit. And we'll have Swedish Hockey League again tomorrow from 6 p.m. Frölunda Färjestad. For the entire Premier Sports TV crew, I hope you've enjoyed this one. Bye for now.